Okay, we're going to play a little game. This is for anybody that is not aware of and again, if you're not from Canada, that's totally fine. Welcome to the East Coast of Canada, where everybody knows everybody. It's just a one big neighborhood over 4 provinces, and it's hilarious. So New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, Newfoundland, they all know each other.
But yes, because there's the Atlantic provinces, the Maritimes. But
yeah, Atlantic provinces, I think.
Yes,
because the Maritimes are different from Newfoundland.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Most Canadians don't even know that, but if you're from there,
you better get
there's
it right.
a difference, especially from people from Newfoundland. Oh, we're not part of the Maritimes, we're our own thing. By the way, have you ever met anybody from Labrador?
Yes.
From Labrador.
Yeah, I have.
Because I was not aware anybody even lived there.
Oh yeah, wonderful folks. Wonderful.
Yeah. I've never been to Labrador.
Resourceful. I haven't been to Newfoundland or Labrador.
I haven't
my
either.
grandfather's from Newfoundland and I've never been.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was right there the whole time?
It was right there, but it's further than you think. Also, it's only in the last few years that it's been less expensive airfare. And sometimes it's not even that way. I know people who live in Toronto that they want to go back home to Newfoundland and Labrador and they just financially can't because it's so expensive.
It is expensive to fly within
But we
the
can go
country.
sometime. I'd love to see it. Love to see it.
Benny says, hey, does Jax know my dad, Bruce? At one time, he was a radio announcer, but I bet that was before Jax's time. And by the way, I now do have his last name.
Bruce?
He is the car sales manager at Trimac Toyota in Port Hawkesbury.
Oh.
Bruce does the majority of the dealership commercials, which are often aired on the Maritime CTV segments.
CTV Atlantic? Yes.
He feels like everywhere we go, somebody knows my dad. So I'm betting Jax probably knows Bruce from Port Hawkesbury.
Port Hawkesbury. So was he on the Hawk?
I'm assuming he probably was.
It's 105 the Hawk, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Bruce. The name sounds familiar,
So
but I don't.
his name is Bruce Lee.
Oh.
Do you know Bruce Lee? Not the movie actor Bruce Lee.
Am I allowed to look?
Sure.
See if I know. Bruce Lee, Port Hawkesbury. Oh my God,
Have you ever seen this man?
He's quite Googleable. Hey, he's quite famous.
Well, listen, he's famous.
Yeah.
Do you know him? Have you come across each other?
I'm looking. Hang on. He looks very familiar. Very familiar. Very familiar. I've seen his face for sure. I don't know. I don't know if I know. I don't know if I know, but I want to know.
You know what? I bet Bruce has met you. And now he thinks you're big wheeling him.
I don't think
you're big timing him.
I think Bruce is too big for me.
Yeah.
I think Bruce is busy as hell, and I don't think I met Bruce. But he looks really familiar. And look at that picture of him on. He's kind of
he's a distinguished gentleman.
He's kind of flirting in that
picture.
Yeah,
he is a little bit sassy in there.
Maybe I want to know Bruce. No, I'm sorry. That's not what the segment's about.
I can't wait for him to see this.
A very nice man. He seems like a wonderful man.
Next
talented.
question. Favorite celebrity you've ever interviewed?
Me? You go first.
Favorite?
Yeah.
I think the person who brings it.
Yeah.
There are a couple of people that bring it. Pitbull brings it. If Pitbull is I know it's the second Pitbull mentioned in one episode. It's crazy. Pitbull brings it. He's there to promote. Will Smith brings it. He's there to promote.
Okay.
I remember I did the Suicide Squad junket.
Yeah.
And I woke up and Cara Delevingne and Margot Robbie had been out partying the night before. And I saw it in Page Six and I was like, oh, we're going to have an interesting junket today. And they were green. They were hung over. Yeah. They didn't say a thing. And Will Smith was in between them. And he was like, what's up, man? How's it going? And they didn't say a freaking word.
Nothing,
the one word answers from and it's because, listen, they're hungover. I don't blame them for that.
Really hard to do that.
But Will was like, sell.
Yeah.
And I know his career's taken a hit since the slap, but that guy sells. And that's the thing as an interviewer in an entertainment scenario is just come on, sell your music, sell your movie, whatever. And let's have some fun. And because I'm not Barbara Walters. I'm not sitting down with you for 60 minutes.
You're a great interviewer though. You've done a lot of long form interviews.
But when you're at a junket, that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get any Will Smith revelations at the Suicide Squad junket.
Yeah.
So I would say that those two stand out in particular because no matter when you talk to them, no matter what time, they are kind, generous,
ready
and
to go.
Forthcoming, and they know how to make a clip, and then that just makes you as an interview look good to your news director back home.
I would say, it wasn't really. I have two, but it wasn't really an interview. But we had. You remember when Richard Branson came to town?
Oh my God!
And
yes.
then I did the
from Virgin.
I climbed
You did the CN Tower.
I did the CN Tower Edge Walk.
Which,
with him.
for anybody that doesn't know, there's a gigantic tower in Toronto.
Yes,
it's huge.
yeah.
It's a radio tower, but it's also a tourist destination.
Yeah.
And you can get harnessed in, and literally walk to the edge of
Hang
it
in the sky,
outside
yeah.
and hang back. And it's terrifying.
And I did that with him, and I hate height. Like I everything in my body didn't want to do that. And then it was so interesting hearing about him from him. And he held my hand while we went on it. And he was gentle. He was like this like rich English papa who was also like, I've lived a life and I want to tell you about it. And I felt safe with him.
And
then the other would AJ from the Backstreet Boys, just because we danced and he was so much fun.
Great.
He's also like,
can we feature that? Can we put a clip of that in the show? Your AJ dance?
Ask the Wizard.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
You see that?
We probably can.
Here,
We probably can, yeah.
Just put it in because it's amazing.
Yeah, he danced with me and we talked about sobriety. We talked about recovery. Like, and this was just like in the hallways. Like this wasn't even as much on the air because you were there for the interview.
Yep.
And he was tremendously genuine and also generous with his time, which I loved. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Can I also answer?
Yeah.
I don't interview myself, but I film the interviews.
Oh yeah,
Who
you
do
do.
you like?
You've seen a lot of people.
One, Louis Capaldi.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a blast.
I never got to interview him.
He's so much fun.
I would love
yeah.
to talk to him.
When I tell you was trying to stop myself from laughing behind the camera. I never have been in an
Just
interview like that. It was
excellent.
so funny. And The Rock.
Oh, so Dwayne is like that. Dwayne The Rock Johnson
So
is like that
nice.
too.
Oh, you
sell. I've never interviewed him.
Oh, you've never?
No, never interviewed him.
He's so nice.
Yeah.
He was really, really
And
cool.
he shakes, doesn't he? He goes through, he shakes
everyone's
everybody's hands. He looks you in the eye. What's your name? What's your name? What's your
Yeah.
name? And it's interesting. So he goes sometimes to sporting events if he's got a movie and he'll like get the chant going.
Yeah.
So in Toronto, he did a Leaf game.
What?
And they just brought him out during one of the commercial breaks. And he was like,
Surprise.
he
Yeah.
was like, because he's The Rock and
Yeah.
he knows how to get a
Yeah.
stadium going. But Go Leafs Go is the chant. And he got them to say, let's go Leafs. And it became a thing. And what I know is that his PR, he would have been upset with his PR people if they let him astray on that because he wants to make sure every town he's in,
He makes
it's the
it.
right.
Yes. Yep.
He's
yep.
very detailed that way.
Is
yeah.
he just huge?
Oh my God. He is massive.
Yeah, big boy.
I
Yeah.
would love a hug. Like, you know what I mean?
You
though?
would disappear.
I would. He'd pick me up.
Yes. Yeah.
I bet you'd love a hug from him too.
You know what? Actually, I've never seen him in person, but a guy I've seen that is probably comparable in size is Alan Richardson, who is Reacher from.
Huge.
And they shoot that here in Ontario, and I was on. So I live sort of near the beach in Toronto, which is sort of an oxymoron if you're Canadian. But 6 weeks of the year, it's amazing. And last summer, I was walking down the boardwalk with my wife, and he walked by, and I swear to God, his arms, it was like a bowling ball.
Oh,
like,
you can't
it's like
miss
he's
him.
carrying two big bowling balls around.
You can't miss him.
And he was with his family, and everybody I texted about. They're like, "Well, did you say hi?" I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna bug him when he's with his family."
Yeah.
But he's massive. I would like a hug.
It's like when you see Jacob Elordi around town when he was here last year. It's like he's so tall, you know exactly who it is.
Is he that
he's
tall?
huge. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, and he's beautiful.
Most actors are like little pint-sized little
How
things.
tall is
They're like
he?
little chess pieces.
I think I'm going to say Jacob Elordi's like 6'3".
No, he's taller than that for sure.
I don't know.
I met Daniel Radcliffe once,
Oh,
who might be the most famous person I've ever met because he's so worldwide famous because of Harry Potter.
yeah.
And he did like a local movie based in Toronto. It's like a love story. And I forget what it was called, but I was there at the screening and he and the lead actress were there. And I could not believe how tiny they
He's
both were.
a little, yeah.
All
yeah.
of them though. But like every actor you meet, they're like tiny little, like, what do they always say? Tom Cruise is like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
Like they're all tiny little things.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Hogwarts. Magic.
Oh, the magic keeps them short.
When you go to that school, you were little.
Is that
Jacob Elordi's 6'5", which is huge.
Really?
Well, Adam,
6'5".
yeah, he's 6'5", and Adam's
Wow.
only 5'11", so like he's
Yeah.
a lot taller than you.
That's crazy.
Far taller.
Far taller.
Favorite destination to travel to?
Oh, I've love Los Angeles. Like I feel like
LA
I
is
should
cool.
go somewhere more global.
You know,
With this
anywhere you want.
answer,
My God, you could say Port Hawkesbury. Who cares?
I love going to see Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
I love Los
I love
Angeles.
going to see the Blue Nose.
Yeah, And where's the Blue Nose at, Adam?
It's my favorite place in Nova Scotia, and I can't pull it out right now. The Blue Nose too. It's in.
Oh, wait.
No, it's near Acadia, isn't it? Is it near Acadia University?
No, it's Lunenburg.
Lunenburg.
It's on the South Shore.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Go see Lunenburg.
Across the province.
Yeah.
I would say Los Angeles, and not like downtown LA, but like like in
Like
the
Santa
hills.
Monica or
No, like in the hills, like where you can like go hiking,
So,
like in the,
yeah.
like on the on the
Near
other
the
side.
Hollywood
of-
sign?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, it's very cool.
What about
for me,
you?
it's London, England.
Oh,
I absolutely love it there. Every
Yeah.
time I go, I'm like, God, I had this sort of pipe dream that I wanted to do radio there when I was in my early 20s. So I
Yeah.
used to apply for radio stations
Did
across,
you? I
across
didn't
the
know
channel. And
that.
actually, one of the people I applied to ended up being my boss here in Canada. Was your boss too. And,
yeah.
Kiss. And so it's funny. Like I wanted to get over there. My grandfather had British citizenship, so I could have actually done it. But I love London. London to me is first off, love history.
yeah.
So I'm all about the history. So you can you can go see a Roman wall. You can go see, where they kept a king once he was
Yeah,
deposed.
yeah.
And like you can, and here's where the king kept his royal menagerie of like lions and giraffes and
Yeah.
like crazy stuff like that. And then you can go see things that are extremely modern
Yeah.
and like crazy museums, and the pubs I love a pub scene. When you walk through London at night and you're in the right area, or at least it used to be this way. I haven't been since after COVID, since before COVID, excuse me. But like people are outside with their pints
Oh, it's
and they're
wild,
drinking,
yeah.
and then they go back in.
It's
They're
out and about.
and they're all smoking. They're all
Paradise.
smoking.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't smoke, but I'm always like, that looks like a really comfortable night. Everybody's all crowded together. It's sort of drizzly and rainy.
Yeah.
They're having a cigarette. They're drinking a pint,
Being
and they're
hot
just
and fashionable.
speaking. They're
Yeah.
just talking. It's great.
I was there for 70 hours. I covered this is going to sound way cooler than it was, but I covered the royal wedding when Harry and Meghan got
Right.
married.
Yes.
And I went over to Windsor for that, but I've never been properly, and I was so jet lagged that everything felt crazy, but I'm going back in June.
Okay.
So I will go and report for you
if you get
things
the
are-
chance,
Yeah.
hop the train to Liverpool and Manchester.
to go see a game.
No.
Just-
Liverpool's where the Beatles are from. And there's the club that they started out in, the Cavern Club,
Okay.
which is literally a cavern, is still open. And it is very, very, very cool.
They sing "Hey Jude."
They sing "Hey Jude." Yeah.
I'm just trying to get you going. I'm just trying to get John Lennon. No, I'm just
so
trying
what's
to get
your
you.
what's your recommendation? What should we watch? What should we read? What should we do?
Okay, like again, I'm just still rewatching the entire Girls series, and like Lena Dunham's getting on my last nerve.
Yeah, that's why everybody.
I know.
It's an
I know.
annoying series.
I know it's annoying, seriously, but like it's brilliant, and it has there's so many references now that I understand. However, I will say that I am going to start. Why am I blanking on?
I'm not going to help you now.
Adam, don't leave
Not
me
gonna
out
help you.
here. It just came out on Netflix. It hasn't been out. Black Mirror, for God's sakes.
Oh.
The new season's out, and I want to see it. There's so many good actors
does
in it.
Black Mirror hit as hard now that everything feels like Black Mirror?
I don't know. I
Real?
haven't seen the new season
Because that's
yet.
what people are saying.
I watched the first episode
Is
of the
it
new
good?
season. It's insane.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
in. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
in.
it's
Okay.
crazy.
They're saying like that makes you feel the same way. There's another weird series called Love and Death and Robots or
Yes.
something. And that's just, both of them are so dystopian
Mm-hmm.
that sometimes they don't hit the same as they used to when they came out, because things have become a little dystopian.
Well, and I forgot. I am also watching. You're gonna get me going on
I
this
love
one.
this. I'm ready.
A Handmaid's Tale is back out.
Oh.
The last season. It's the last season, so I'm just watching out of commitment now. And it is too realistic. Like it's too on the nose. I'm like, oh, this is like actually what's happening. And it's bizarre. And it makes me incredibly sad. But here we are still watching it.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Well,
me and Elizabeth
on a
getting
happier
depressed.
Note,
Yeah.
On a happier
Yeah.
note, something that I think you'll love. I am because I audiobook everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to a book called Live from New York. It's Saturday night, and it's about Saturday Night Live from its inception. And so, like the first chapter, it's all about how the only reason Saturday Night Live exists is because Johnny Carson, who was
Yeah,
NBC's big late night host, and he was a god of late night in a way that we can't relate to because we never grew up with that. Like, we had Leno and Letterman, and then we had Conan for a bit and whatever.
Now we have Jimmy Kimmel.
And now we have Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, and but Johnny Carson was a god of his day, right? And he was brilliant and whatever. And one day he basically goes in and goes, I want you to stop rerunning my shows on Saturday nights.
And so they had to have
So they had to scramble. They had a year to figure it out because he gave them a fair warning thing in his contract. He said, you got a year. I guess it caused more work for him too. I don't know why. And he said, I'm done.
Interesting.
And so we're going to do something else. And it's so interesting because Saturday Night Live, and this is where I get a little patriotic, is very Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
It's as much as everybody associates it with New York and whatever, it started with a Canadian producer who was still there, Lorne Michaels.
Yeah. I didn't know Lorne Michaels is Canadian. How
Canadian
do I
guy
not know that?
from Toronto.
What?
And it's interesting. So they're actually interviewing all the people that were there. A lot of the head writers, the head of the guy that put the band together.
Interesting.
Lauren's wife who was involved, whatever. They're all Canadians. And so what Lauren was,
Because Mike
there's
Myers
this-
was on there to begin
yes,
with, right?
Mike
Yeah.
Myers was on
Yeah.
there. Dan Aykroyd's on
Yeah.
there. I mean, Mike Myers didn't start, but Dan Aykroyd did.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah,
was first
yeah.
season. And it was interesting. Gilda Radner,
Mhm.
Canadian,
Mhm.
Vancouver. And it was so interesting because first off, this is like when there was like 4 channels,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And they're like, let's do a show that's completely live because we've gotten away from this live format thing and we want to go back to that. And let's make it for teenagers and people in their early 20s and 30s on a Saturday night. And one of the guys from the NBC research group is like, hey, so you're making a show for young people on a night that they're out, that
Like,
they're not
what are you
watching TV.
doing? Yeah.
And there's no way to record it.
Yeah.
If you miss it, you miss it. It's done. And so for every reason, this show shouldn't have worked. And actually, Lorne Michaels was, obviously a Canadian producer first. And so he was working at the CBC and he was pitching and he was pitching and he was pitching. And he recants a story where he talks about how he goes to the CBC and he goes, I got this idea for a show. It's not Saturday Night Live. It's something else. And the CBC guy goes, look, what are you doing here? And Lauren kind of pauses.
Yeah.
And he goes, like, you want to do something like that, you got to go to the States. Meaning, if you're good, why are you staying in Canada?
Interesting.
And that is why it's so Canadian, because all the really, really
That tale
strong
as old as
Canadian
time, yeah.
comedic
Had to
talents
go.
went to the States.
and then open up the door
it's
for a bunch.
it's so good.
Okay, but I have to, as interesting as this is, and I'm glad that you brought, did you finish the audiobook you were talking about last week or the week before? Because I feel like you're not finishing audiobooks.
No, I am.
How many books you crushing these days?
I usually have a couple on the go because sometimes, like Mel Robbins, right?
you didn't finish Let Them, did you?
No, I've finished
Okay,
it.
all right.
But Let Them Theory is good, but then there are certain parts of it where it's like, oh, this applies directly to me, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that right now.
Fair.
So you need to move off to like sometimes I'll switch to so sometimes I put on audiobooks in the car for Everly. So I'll put on like Paddington Bear, and you can put that on.
Oh, yes.
And
Everly listens to Pat.
she loves Paddington, loves
My
Paddington
friend.
Bear, loves the movies, loves it, whatever. So I'll put those on. Sometimes I'll just put it on for myself because it's like fanciful, and sometimes life can be so serious that you're like, let me just,
Cozy little bear.
yeah. And then I was talking about the Facebook book, and it's like very dark. So you sometimes don't want to feel dark. You want
to listen to Paddington,
Yeah.
and you want to listen to SNL, and I
Totally.
get it, Adam.
So I
get
maneuver.
get a little lightness in
But I
those
haven't
golden
finished.
pants.
I'll be straight up. I haven't finished reading this yet, but I'm absolutely crazy about it. Like I can't stop listening to it.
Keep crushing it. Keep
You're just mad
crushing.
at me because you recommended
Keep
the same thing
crushing
2
that
weeks in a
book.
row.
Keep crushing that book. I gotta crush these books in my truck.
All right, that's it for us today.